All right, so we got some trade news in the NBA today. The Los Angeles Clippers have agreed to trade Blake Griffin to the Detroit Pistons, according to reports from David Aldridge of TNT. So, what this trade tells me, and I'm kind of surprised, but at the same time I understand, the Clippers are gonna go in full rebuild mode. Like the Lob City that we know and love, that's done. Like they traded Chris Paul this offseason, they traded Blake Griffin. They're probably gonna trade DeAndre Jordan because like he's already said that he's not gonna re-sign with the Clippers, and now that Blake is gone, it's almost a foregone conclusion that he's going to leave in the offseason, so they might as well trade him and get something for him. Same thing with Lou Williams. So, let me see. According to reports, the deal will send Griffen, guard Willie Reed, forward Brice Johnson, and a second-round draft pick to the Detroit for guard Avery Bradley, forward Tobias Harris, center Boban Marjanovic, I can't pronounce that shit, plus a first round and second round draft pick. Okay, so yeah, they're definitely rebuilding because they're getting players that they're probably not going to re-sign in the offseason, or they're probably not going to give them second contracts, and they're getting draft picks, which is pretty good. So yeah, they're going to go in full rebuild mode. I mean, my honest opinion, like the Clippers, they missed their window to win a championship when they had Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and Jordan and all those guys, and Matt Barnes. You know, like they just, I mean, for one thing, they really couldn't get along with each other. And another thing is, you know, every time around like playoff time, they'll either be Chris Paul will be hurt or Blake Griffin will be hurt. Like they can never stay healthy at the same time for a full season. So that's what always derailed them. With all that talent, they didn't even make a conference finals. Like they just, I mean, it just didn't work. I mean, I guess they were successful for the Clippers because before they got them, the Clippers were terrible for years. And you didn't even think there was another team in LA because it's still a Laker town. But at the same time, I mean, yeah, they were successful, but they could have won a ring with those players that they had, but they just couldn't stay healthy. Let's see. The Pistons, 22-26, started the season strong, but have struggled lately to fall to ninth in the East. The move pairs Griffin with Andre Drummond, the league's leader, rebounder, and other elite interior finishers. With those two at point guard, Reggie Jackson and Toad, Detroit is hoping to shoot up the Eastern Conference, where they're this nigga put the twice, where the 4th through 8th place teams are separated by just 2.5 games. So right now they are currently sitting in ninth, but with the move with Griffin, I think that will vault them into the playoffs, especially in the East. The East is weak as fuck. Like, come on now, let's get real. But they going to make the playoffs. Now, how Griffin fits with this team, we'll see what happens. I think he'll fit. You know, I mean, Andre Drummond's not really a prolific scoring big. He's more of like a poor man's DeAndre Jordan. He's a rebounder, shot blocking, dunking machine. So I think Griffin should still get his. Now, Reggie Jackson, I don't know. He is a little selfish, but he still can play, though. But we'll see what happens. They're going to make the playoffs, but as far as competing with Cleveland and Boston and Toronto, probably not. Not this year, at least. Let's see. Griffin has spent his entire 8-year NBA career in LA and signed a 5-year contract this summer to stay with the Clippers. LA currently sits at 9th seed in the Western Conference with a record of 25-24. This move likely signals a restart for the franchise after its most successful most successful era. The Clippers won over 50 games in each of the previous 5 seasons after failing to reach that mark in its entirety of their history, which dates back to 1970. Dang, so they went like 40, 50 years without even winning 50 games. Well, that's crazy. Look, LA is always going to be a Lakers town regardless of how many rings the Clippers get. Like, they can win back-to-back championships and get LeBron James or something like that. It's still always going to be a Lakers town because of all of the rings the Lakers got and all of the Hall of Famers. Let's see. LA decides to trade all-star point guard Chris Paul during the offseason, however, which apparent to put the success of the franchise in the hands of Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. Instead, Griffin is out and Jordan is reportedly close behind. Yeah, like I said earlier, since Griffin is gone, DeAndre Jordan's most likely going to get traded because, like, if they don't trade him, they're going to lose him in the offseason for absolutely nothing. So you might as well trade him if you're going to rebuild and get some draft picks, you know, because there's a lot of teams out there who could use a DeAndre Jordan, like the Wizards, the Cavaliers, the Raptors. You know, really any team can use a big like DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan is a rebounding, defensive, interior force, kind of like a poor man's Shaq. So I mean, any team can use that. Let's see. It's safe to say that Griffen, who was extravagantly pitched by the Clippers as the new face of the franchise, is surprised by the news. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm surprised that they traded him because they gave him a big deal in the offseason. At the same time, I understand because they want to rebuild. Because, like, I mean, the whole Lob City area, that's over. That's done with. Let's watch this video right quick. Oh, shit. I can't watch it. Oh, well.